Mm. Yeah, what's up, Alfred? Nah, nah. You know, I have to show up every day. I have to show up every day. Yeah. So, I just went and saw that Sinners movie with my significant other. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, all in all, it wasn't a bad movie, but depending on your belief system, it wouldn't be for everybody. It definitely wouldn't. Depending on what you believe in and what you hold near and dear to yourself, for sure. For sure. You said I was good. I mean, Alfred, I don't know, man. I'm fine now. Earlier, I was just upset. I had for whatever reason, I had my ES trade miss me by 1 point, stop me out. I had my gold trade, the one that worked out, missed me by a tick. I get back. I put a better entry that missed me by 3 ticks, and the one that I get in, that hits daily loss limit in the account. So it's like, well, damn. Just felt attacked. That's it. Just felt attacked. And then after both of the instruments stopped me out, uh, they just casually just come and hit my target. And then obviously with the ES, it went beyond obviously. And with gold has just been short, and gold is trading like Bitcoin. Gold is it seems like on a nice bull run, gold is trade similar to Bitcoin. It seems like at least for right now. I mean, if there's no reason to buy gold, they're they're finding a reason to sell this thing. You can kind of get in anywhere and sell it. It's kind of like Bitcoin. Or maybe I should say that Bitcoin is trading like gold. But yeah, so after the gold did the same thing the ES did. I get in right here. I mean, I missed these two trades that or let me actually. So I missed this entry right here, missed me by a tick. Right here. I got missed literally by a tick, and then this thing shoots up. And then I'm like, okay, that's fine. I get a second entry. This missed me by 3 ticks. And obviously this thing shoots up right here. And so, I get in right here at the retest right there. It goes and then it crashes down, stops me out, and that's daily loss limit in the account because it's only $1,200 a drawdown. And then after it stops me out, I mean, it goes and hits my target. So it's like both the Nasdaq or not the Nasdaq, the ES and gold did that. So I just felt attacked. And yeah. And this was a trade on the ES that we took earlier today. And then of course, when I switched over to the sim, because I'm not going to trade, something told me this week not to trade any of my other accounts, just trade the MFF accounts. And I'm starting to see why that intuition came to me because this week so far has just been horrible. I don't know why. I don't feel like I'm trading any different. I feel like I'm doing the same things that I would normally do, but it just seems like yeah, so yeah, I think it was this trade right here around 8:30ish. It was this trade right here. We got a good entry on this. This thing missed me by like I had no, this ain't it. This wasn't it. I think yeah, this was the move right here. We got a breakdown. We got a retest of that whatever high. And for whatever reason, it just felt the need to just stop a point before. Like it stopped at 84.50. My target was at 85.50. And then it dumps, stops me out. And then after it stops me out, it hits my target and it goes beyond. So yeah. That's what was bothering me today. So yeah. For the most part, Alfred, sometimes I feel like I don't like honestly, I kind of feel like maybe I'm doing it to myself. I don't know. Maybe I'm in a self-sabotage cycle. I don't know. Like I said, usually when I get on these win streaks, for whatever reason, I feel the need to self-sabotage so I can start over again. I don't know why. Don't know why I picked up a habit like that. Um, but it just seems like it seems like that's probably what's happening this week. Hmm. And the charts, I mean, the Nasdaq, I don't know, man. Honestly, I'm kind of like so something that you said previously, Alfred. So you just kind of get tired of of the starting over and the back and forth, and I think I'm at that point. It's very frustrating. It's not even fun. I think this is a good thing. Yeah, yeah, it's not even fun at all. It's just I mean at this point it's like the market definitely does the same thing. I mean, I haven't seen anything. I haven't. I mean, for any reason, I have yet to see the market do anything different. The one thing that I absolutely don't like is that for whatever reason, my mind try to make it seems like, oh man, this time is different. Maybe it won't do this, or maybe it won't do that. And then because I start to think that way, becoming skeptical of what I'm seeing on the charts, I'm performing mental gymnastics and saying like, oh man, there's no way that we'll get a perfect entry here. And so I try to play around with the entry and try to front run entries when it tags me in and then it hits the area that I was thinking the market was going to touch. And it's like, man, this sucks. I think this week I feel like it's a test. I feel like I'm being tested to see if I really want to push past to this next level. Because One thing that I've seen, I mean, we talked about it the other night. Once you in it, you're in it. There is no other game in town. I feel like that's the main reason why procrastination is a natural thing. And you have to do everything to break it. I feel like if procrastination is something that was developed, how do I want to say this? Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is, man. It definitely is. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel like the same way how they said that over time, the amygdala, we evolved to allow it to take over so we don't think, we just act when we're in quote unquote danger. I feel that procrastination, that is a protection mechanism, because let me see if I can find that video. I feel like this video would be, I feel like this video would explain what I'm saying a lot better than what I'm trying to say. And this is from Malcolm in the Middle. This right here from Malcolm in the Middle. This scene right here. And I feel like this is what procrastination, because this after this.
I want skating lessons.
Hold on. Let me see if I can raise the volume up.
Son, you know, once you start, there's no going back.
I know.
This means total commitment. Once you begin the path, there is no leaving the path. Are you sure you're ready for that? I mean, really ready?
I guess so.
Neat. We'll start tomorrow. Come on, dig in before they harden.
That was obviously a message. And I think that's what procrastination protects us from. Because once you go down that path, there's no going back. And as I'm traversing this life and through my own life journeys and my own experiences, stuff like that is relatable. Once you build yourself to a point to where there's no more work to do internally, you start to express yourself externally. And if you're not ready for that, what I see a lot of people do is pick up bad habits that help them escape from that reality, like drugs, alcohol, substances, destructive behavior. It's almost similar to people that when they're ready to go, they start doing all kind of crazy stuff. Like they're giving away all their belongings. They got a bucket list. They're doing extreme things that they normally wouldn't do for, I guess, for that freedom, because they're no longer want to be here. And that's the one thing that I see a lot, but at first didn't understand. But as I said, as I move forward, I understand it a lot more. Because once you start, there's no going back. Once I started streaming, this is something that I'll probably do for until I expire. There's no going back from this. There's nothing else after this. Nothing. And I think something else that I guess maybe subconsciously I'm trying to protect myself from is once you start Once you start making your own money and you get into that 9, 10 figure bracket, you got to be ready for what comes with that bracket. You got to be ready. I'm going to probably hear from a son that I never even knew existed. People are going to come out of the woodworks talking about this and that. And I'm very prepared to tell people no. I have no problem telling people no. I don't. But the reality is that's a big possibility is what's going to happen. I'm probably going to lose a lot of people too, because I won't be Tyrone anymore. I'll be somebody else to them. So I will be someone that I guess I'll be a way out. And then I'm going to have to start managing people. And that's something that I don't want to do. I don't want to manage nobody. Yeah, and that's very true, Alfred. Now, that's very true. I'm very prepared to lose people that no longer need to be in my life. But then that's going to be a reality. That is a reality. And I guess if I keep pushing, because like I said, I'm at that point where I was like, you know what? There's nothing else to do. So I might as well just do this. And then maybe I'm thinking about my kids as well. Because look at 50 Cent. Look how successful 50 Cent is. The son that he wanted, Pop Smoke, was murdered for no damn reason. The son that he despises lives with his hands out. And that's not unique to just 50 Cent. That's unique to every child that grows in a reality where their parents has more than what they would ever need. Be able to provide them a lifestyle that people dream about. I feel like the influencers, they're just kids with parents with a lot of money because they have nothing else to do. They don't really have to do anything because their parents has played the game for them and has set aside, basically had, like I said, played the game for them. And we all know we all know the behaviors that come from those type of people. And that is a big concern because I don't want to hate my kids. I really don't. But that entitlement is that to me, that's just I hate that so much. But obviously I came from quote unquote poverty, so I had to work for everything I got. Being given something, I come from a reality where you don't get nothing for something, or you don't, did I say that right? You don't get something for nothing. You have to give to get. But there are some people in this world that, well, that's where that entitlement comes from because they're used to a reality where they give, they get, but then they don't have to give. And kind of going back to my point, I feel like maybe that's what I'm trying to quote unquote protect myself from. Because there's literally no reason why I'll go on like majority of the time, consistently profitable up until a point, and then I blow up everything. Everything is gone. It's like it was never there in the first place. And as I reflect, it's like, how? It's like I know how to I understand market structure. I understand certain things. How is it that I can take a loss, but how does a loss turn into me blowing up everything? Everything is gone. All my work is gone. It has to be. I understand it's me, but how did it get to that point? Like, Like with this competition account, I mean, I had $25,000 and I lost that shit in 2 days. How? How? I mean, I know I was kind of gambling to get my money back to try to get to break even, but still. And the reality is, I lost 25,000 in 2 days. And yet, consistently on this stream, we're making $10,000 at a minimum daily. And it's like, how? Like, I mean, how? 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 So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I was just kind of doing a lot of reflecting. And uh, mm, I don't want to say that this week is getting to me, but it really is, quote unquote, it's a humbling feeling that if you become Icarus, you will become Icarus. You fly too close to the sun. And I guess life will remind you that you are mortal and it will clip your wings. Huh. So, mm. But just like any challenge, I will definitely get over this. I'm tired, just like you said, Alfred. I'm tired of that shit. I feel like I should not be paying these prop firms anything. I should have one account. I should get my maximum daily profit, build that account up, and have that as a source of income so I can, elevate in this life. Mm, mm, and elevate in this life. I mean, once I got my first payout, I mean, the reality is, I know a lot of people won't see it this way, but you made literally your first payout was literally your first dollar to your trading business. You didn't have to clock in to anybody's clock. You didn't have to work on anybody else's dream. All you did was sit in front of your charts, plan, be consistent, or follow whatever rules that you had to follow, and you got rewarded. And you made that money through your own abilities. That is empowering. That should silence all the critics in your head saying that you can't do this, because you just proved to yourself that you can. But it seems like those inner critics always comes up with something freaking new. Always moving the goalposts. You get a payout. He was like, well, you didn't get $5,000 on this payout. You got $500. You only got a $200 payout. I guess you just have to be strong enough to say, you know what? Hey, I got paid. And over time, I can turn that $200 into however much I want.
Connection lost.
So next week, like I said, I think this week is a test for me. I think I really can't see anything worse happening than this week. I really can't see anything worse happening than this week. Yeah, I fell, I stumbled, but I will survive. And after this week, I will become stronger. I will become a better trader. I think this week was probably a test from the universe, so I can start focusing on what's really holding me back is fear, FOMO, fear of missing out, fear of success, fear of whatever. It's just fears, fear, 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 fear. Like I really want to mean this. I really want to move forward. I really do. I'm tired of staying. I'm tired of being here. I want to move forward. I don't need me to protect myself from, I guess, whatever future that I think will come from this. And I think another thing that I guess subconsciously I see is when I look at successful traders. No disrespect, but they look dead inside. Like they look like they don't have anything else to do. It's just like they've climbed the mountain. They've made hundreds, thousands, millions of dollars, and it's like, damn, it's what else is there to do? And I guess subconsciously I'm picking up on that, and I guess I don't want that for myself, but I don't want to stay here either. So I think that's probably what's going on. I'm definitely showcasing success, but then I blow up everything in one day in less than 24 hours just to start back over. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, what's up, Bandit Blitz? What's up, Trader Golded? And yeah, Alfred, yeah, you're right, man. Yeah. Honestly, that was actually so when we first started streaming and I was complaining about not getting 50, 60, 100 points on the Nasdaq. Someone said like, "Man, why don't you take your profits?" And I was like, "Why would I take it? I can do better than that." And they said like, "Man, some people are just happy with 10, 15, 20 points." To me, 10, 15, 20 points ain't nothing, but it kind of goes to show the difference of perspective. Like 10, 15 points is that, I mean, that's a stepping stone for a lot of people. That's a lot of points. To me, that's, yeah, I mean, I'm up 20 points, but I know I can get 50 or 60 or 100. So I'm not even considering taking profits at no 20 points, but that's a lot of points for some people. Shit, the way I trade gold, 10 points, that's a lot. But 10 points to me, honestly, that ain't nothing. I feel like if anything, my worst enemy is just not taking profits because I want more because I know I can do it. But that's definitely been a part of what's holding me back. And kind of branching off to what I'm talking about now. Did y'all guys see that story? Smith sent me this story of the dude from Apex that lost over 800K of his account. And right now he has like, I think 400K unless he made some more. And he was about to bank a $1.4 million payout from Apex. I think he had 4 days left. And he made the mistake that I've made. And I think, and obviously I don't know who this is. I really don't. But I made that same silly mistake. And I can say that I felt like I was self-sabotaging myself. I left a random order, and I don't even leave orders on my chart, which is crazy. But I did that to myself as well. Leaving a random order on my chart, having come back and see that it was filled, and I was down about 4 or 5K in the account. And apparently, according to his story, he did the same thing. I think he did that to self-sabotage himself. Well, and that's just my assumption because I did the same thing. When you got $1.4 million and you got 4 days left to achieve that goal, if you think about it psychologically, what's next after that? What's next? You took a $1.4 million payout. What's next after that? What's the next milestone? What's the next goal? And then another part of that is, what if you fail? What do you tell yourself if one day you come And I mean, especially if you trade in the Nasdaq, you have a bad trade, it doesn't go your way, and you lose a lot of money. What do you tell yourself? Oh man, you suck. You had one more day. Why you let 1.4 million slip out of your hands? I'm pretty sure he's doing that to himself now. But if he didn't, leave that order on his chart and it got filled and then he came back to a loss, what if he lost because he just made a bad decision? Psychologically, that can get to anybody, especially if you're that close to a $1.4 million payout. Shit, if Apex was probably like, damn, we was gonna have to probably throw out another 90% off sale. We already had somebody run us for 2. We got somebody else trying to do us the same thing at 1.4. But the one thing that I noticed that he said is that I'm gonna use this as fuel. I'm gonna keep going. I'm a monster. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna grind. I will overcome this challenge. That's honestly, when I see that, that sounds very familiar. I do the same stupid shit too. I blow the account and then I become a market god. All of a sudden, I see the damn market. I'm in the market matrix. I'm looking at the candles and it's like, oh yeah, that's a short. And all of a sudden, I see everything on this damn chart after I blow up everything. Freaking crazy, man. See everything. That post blown account clarity. So hopefully he achieves that goal. Hopefully. And honestly, that's kind of that's kind of motivating in a sense that, you know what? Uh I should just trade. I should detach myself from the outcome and I should just take the trade. I should just take it instead of just overthinking it. Just take the trade. See the setup, take the trade. Stop out. Don't move your stop. Trade another day because the one thing that I was telling myself, I was like, you know what? I'm surprised that he even still has that account, those accounts. I think he said he had to shut the computer down and walk away so he didn't blow the rest of the money that was in those accounts. Honestly, if it was me, shit, all those accounts would have been gone. And I would have beat myself up for it. But I know that it was highly likely that those accounts would have been gone. The whole thing would have been gone. And Apex would have won. They would have like, man, we dodged the bullet. We don't have to pay. Because I think he said that he was building that account, I think for like a couple of months. And that's something else that I noticed, that he said that he didn't build 1.4 million across all his accounts, obviously in a day or in a month or a couple of weeks. He said that he built that in a couple of months. And it just really goes to show that I guess slow and steady and being consistent really does win you the race. So, yeah. Mm, yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously, this is something that I'm going to be doing forever. Like I said, there's nothing past trading. There really isn't. I really can't think of anything. And I'm talking about in a sense of like growth, personal challenge. I mean, trading is probably the ultimate test that anybody can take. And once you overcome that, I mean, the next step is to be a furu, basically, a real one, a furu, and actually just pass your knowledge on to other people. There's really nothing after that. There's really nothing there. So yeah, so next week I'm definitely going to I'll have my PA accounts next week. I'm going to stick to my rules. I'm not going to deviate from them. I'm not going to move my stop. Like the strategies that I built today, those are the strategies that I'm going to be using moving forward. I'm not going to deviate from those strategies. I feel like that's a good mix in the middle where I have a big enough stop, big enough targets, and my sizing is obviously I'm not in love with it, but I can definitely make money in it. And yeah, earlier, I mean, we had what was that trade that we took on the Nasdaq? I mean, this trade right here, and this is kind of why I was like, man, I just sometimes the Nasdaq can piss me off. I mean, we got this drop. I think it missed two of my targets. It ran all the way back to my break even, and then came back down and finished me off right there. And then right after it actually took my target right here, we had that massive run up, massive run. And the same thing happened in ES as well. We took that short on ES, and then we had that massive run up. I had this short trade right here. Or which one was it? Was it this trade that we took? It was one of these. No, yeah, it was the original short that we took. It missed my target by like 2 points or whatever, and then it stops me out. And then this short right here works. I think I probably had like one runner target, and then that stops me out. And actually, no, I would have got that target hit. So in that competition account, if I was able to, so I saw this on the ES. I had a feeling that we was going to see a big move down. I think, yeah, we did talk about it in last night's stream. We did. And how they wouldn't let me carry it over because I needed like $20,000 in the account to be able to swing something over into the next session. But this big move down was definitely, what's the correct word that I want to use? It was definitely predictable. And that's what I'm talking about. I hate when I predict, or I read the charts, I listen to what the charts are saying, and then I deviate from the charts, thinking that I'm trying to outsmart the market when the market does the same shit every day. It doesn't do anything different. It doesn't do anything different. Market made higher lows. It got to the top. It broke down, took the liquidity under all these lows right here. And we're still in a bullish trend. We're still in a bullish trend. Price is still making higher highs. So the market is still bullish. There's no reason to ever think, no matter how much you don't like Trump and how the media tries to tell you that, oh man, the sky is falling. Get out, get out, get out, get out. And yet the S&Ps is in a bullish trend. We could potentially see a rejection, honestly. Maybe price chops to the left or to the right here. I mean, unless they break out of this trend channel and push up, we could see price make a rotation back down to this channel low. So we could see that. We could see that. Hey, yo, what's up, Usher? What's up? All right, Alfred. And we could see that. I'll probably just do that until like 11 o'clock. I'm tired of that. Hmm. Don't need these limits no more. Actually, let me do this now. Man, this week I've been so off. Today's the 30th. And yeah, so today was a bullish trend. Bullish trend today. Actually, today was actually a bullish let me see. Yeah, definitely a trend day. We started off the session with a 509-point move to the downside. 509 points to the downside. And then we saw a 766-point move to the upside to close out the session thanks to the earnings. And I mean, you can see it. I mean, it's kind of clear as day what happened here. So a good area to have marked out on your chart here on the NQ is that, well, I guess technically they already came back. Right here, 595 is a good area to have marked out on your chart because they're definitely going to come back. They're definitely going to come back. We got a breaker structure above this range. I mean, first off, so we got a double top. We got a breaker structure. We had price come back and the bears tried to sell the retest here. We did get a small move down, but obviously with earnings, we got a strong move up, running the stops that was above this high right here. And so obviously the market is going to want to come back. And this is going to probably be an area, potentially this range right here is where we're going to see the bulls step back up if we see that rotation down, because we do have Amazon and we do have Apple earnings tomorrow. We got non-farm on Friday. The week of volatility. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah. All right. So that's definitely going to be an area where price comes back and we could potentially see a reaction from the market. But honestly, since we're so close to 20K, I do think, and I am looking for price to test about 2080. Somewhere maybe around R3, 2080, 2090, maybe 20,100. Somewhere in this area is where I'm looking for people to take their profits and we can see a move to the downside. Or we could see price continue to go up higher. But that's definitely going to be an area where I'm looking for. That's definitely going to be. I'm very interested to see how the market's going to react there. I definitely will. And shit, gold. Shit. Rest in peace, gold bulls, because gold is on a tear. They are selling out of gold. Gold has been in a 5-day? Probably more than that. Gold has been trending down since the 22nd of April? When was that? I think that's when, so that was last week, Tuesday. I think this is the high on, no, I think gold has gotten higher. No, it hasn't. Okay, never mind. Yeah, since the highs of April, Gold has been trending down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days now. People are just selling out of gold, and it's getting harder and harder to buy gold because as soon as people are buying up gold, they're shorting this thing, and they're continuously making lower lows continuously. So I wonder where gold is trying to go. I wonder where it's trying to go, because that's a break of structure right there. Mm, 32.42. 32.42. Hmm. 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 And I guess it is like that, huh? Hmm. Hmm. Technically, that's it right there, because it popped right back up. And you know what? Oh, this is what I'm gonna use. Yeah, it looks like everybody else is using that, because yeah, technically that's the break right there. That's definitely a break. 32.54. 32.54. 32.46. 32.50. 2.15. Hmm. 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 So I mean, this is gold. The market is shorting. Hmm. We got the bears failing to short it off this low. Hmm. Let's see how this candle closes. Let's see how this candle closes. Because technically, we'll see how this closes. I mean, if you can get a strong red candle here, Because technically, I mean, that is a double top. Technically. We did see a rejection from that high. Hmm. $32.28. Hmm. And 29. Yeah, I should be able to. You know, honestly, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, we're gonna see a pullback here. We're gonna probably see a pullback back into this area right here. Mm. If the bears can hold this, then we should see a break at those lows. We should see a break at those lows. If they can't, then they probably might want to retest those highs. Hector. Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah. That kind of reminds me. Gold does what it wants. Gold does what it wants. I know a lot of people say that NQ and ES, gold inverses both of these indices, but uh, gold does what it wants. There was a day, I forgot what day it was. I think it was Monday. Gold and NQ literally had the same chart, the same market pattern. I think it was Monday. Did the same thing the Nasdaq did. Yeah. Mm. Mm. It's crazy how Bitcoin is going up and gold is going down. What's up with that? We got a bullish move into a range. So Bitcoin had this bullish move and now it's trading in this range. And obviously, if we expect a leg up, a rally and a base, we should expect another leg higher. So I wonder why Bitcoin is rallying and gold is dumping. And let's see if we can get a break of these lows. Let's see if we can get a break of these lows. Maybe I need to adjust this a little bit. 'Cause honestly, I don't really want these many targets. Hmm. Yeah, maybe I should. I do want to leave one to run. I guess I'll just leave it how. I'll leave it the way it is. I'll leave it. I'll leave it. Mm. All right, so we're getting a little break of these lows. Let's see if we can kind of keep this one up. Hmm. Unless we see like a random bounce somewhere, but I don't think so. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I think yeah, I'm gonna keep it like that. I'm gonna keep it like that. Yeah, I'll keep it like that so I can just have 3 targets. All right, there goes our break. There goes the break right there. I mean, the bulls are done at this point. There's no recovering from that. Or let me rephrase that. It's highly unlikely that they recover from that. Once you get that break, that's hard. That's hard to recover from. Let's see if we can get that first target. All right, we got that first target hit. Got that first one hit. Let's see if we can get that second one. I mean, we should be able to get it. Unless they need to pull back for whatever reason. All right, so now we got a new break of the low right here. We got this new break of the low. 32.36. They broke that low right there. There we go. That's what I love to see. Selling into those stops. So we could see price come back here. 32, 36, 32, 36. 32, 36, 3. All right, so let's see. That's the breaker structure right there. The Bears are definitely going to want to defend that right there. Probably this whole area right there. Hmm. There's a lot of heat right here at 30, at 29. There's a lot of heat right there on bookmap. Hmm. Yeah, slowly grinding. We slowly grinding. Yeah, the ES is definitely in a channel. I would not try to short any of these instruments right now. You'll definitely be doing yourself a disservice if you do. I mean, you can already see that participants are trapped underneath that trend line right there. They had bulls trapped at these highs, and they got bears trapped underneath that trend line, thinking that this was a break of that trend line, and they shorted, and then they got stopped right on out. Took out that high right there. The one thing that I like about trading gold is that she finishes me off. She finishes the move before a random pump. Now, I'm not saying that she always does that, but she definitely finishes her job. She makes sure she's done. And that's what I enjoy. I don't necessarily care for this. I don't necessarily care for this. I don't care for unfinished business just to come back up, just to finish the job. That's really starting to turn me off about the Nasdaq. It really is. It really is starting to turn me off about the Nasdaq because you can make way more money in gold. Not only can you make way more money in gold trading small size, you can make a lot of money trading gold with heavy size. But on the flip of that, you can also lose a lot of money trading gold as well, especially if you're on the wrong side of her and you don't stop out. So the Nasdaq is crazy, but gold is definitely crazier. Definitely. Gold is making lower lows and lower highs. So I mean, unfortunately, unless we see a failure from the bears here and we see a pop back up above that moving average, it's it's shorting season. Honestly, like I said, I wouldn't even look for shorts until about 30. Like there's a lot of heat right there on 30 on think with bookmap, right where my first target, where my second target is. There's a lot of heat in that area. And I think the market is gonna wanna get there. I gotta start getting in the habit of actually trailing my stop. Uh, I gotta get into the habit of moving my stop down and trailing because hmm, yeah, I gotta start getting in the habit of doing that. Mm. So Kelvin, you said your anchor right there, high or low? Oh, you're talking about right there? Oh, where's my line? I mean, we'll see if the Bears can hold it. I mean, if the Bulls can hold that. We'll see. We will see. We'll see what actually happens here at the 50 EMA. We might actually see a nasty red candle here. Hmm. We may see it. Especially if we see. Probably what I should have did was probably waited for that confirmation of this candle. But I'm gonna get in here. Yeah, that's a candle. If you can get a candle closing like that, yeah, the bears are definitely gonna pile into this damn thing. That's not a good candle right there. That's a good follow-up candle though. Now, Calvin, if they hold this, then I'll be concerned because that'll definitely be a trend line bounce if they hold that. That's definitely a trend, a small little micro trend. If they hold that, I'd be concerned, but I think I'm good. I think I'm good. The only reason why it's highly likely to see a stop run down here, I guess if you speak of the devil will come. It's because we got this break of structure. Because of that break of structure right there, it's definitely going to be hard for the Bulls to come and reverse that without dipping into some supply first or some demand first. And there goes that run. All right. So I'm gonna be on for the next. I'm gonna stay on until like 11:20, and then I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm not gonna watch this. So hopefully in the next 4 minutes, Go will finish me off here. She'll get those targets. Yeah. Let's look at what the Nasdaq is doing. Yeah, it looks like the Nasdaq is pulling back into this area of consolidation right here. Anybody that thinks that this is a reversal or short, I want to point out that the market is not suggesting that this is ready to short yet. You still got the EMAs both pointing to the upside. You got VWAP right there. You got this block consolidation right there. I mean, price is going to have to push through all of this and then come back and retest it and then reject. We know that the bears ain't got it in them like that. We know that. We know the bears ain't got it in them. Oof. Shit. Mm. Yeah, that yellow line is a 21 moving average. Yes, 21. I'm pretty sure you also have that on your chart as well. Honestly, that EMA is, if I feel like that's the holy grail indicator right there. And the market loves to reject off of that EMA on what it seems like every market reacts to that 21 EMA. That 21 moving average. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It definitely does. And one thing for certain on instruments like ES, gold, anything that trades within a defined structure, that EMA is definitely, the market definitely rejects off of it. You can kind of use it as a gauge, especially in combination with other EMAs and other indicators. Oh, there we go. There we go. We finally got that damn drop. Finally. Finally. Took them goddamn long enough to do that. Took them long enough. Let's see if they can just finish. Wow. Nice. 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 I mean, they got to break a structure. They got to break up the trend line. Uh, this is more people taking profits ahead of all that liquidity versus this being real buyers. Uh, that's like I said, this is the one thing I don't necessarily have to be 100% concerned about with gold. It's the random pops. I mean, you'll get a pop, but I mean, it's just going to pop and then get sold right back into, kind of like this. Uh, so, uh, I need to probably. I really don't know what that's for. I really don't know what strategy that's for. I probably do. Well, I mean, that's not fun, obviously. So I'm gonna have to probably make another one. Probably. Okay. All right, but that's it for me tonight, guys. We'll definitely come back tomorrow morning, and we'll definitely look for more ways to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody. Have a good night.